Blessings, crew, and welcome to this week's offering. And just a few things about what's going on around here at the moment, and that is that we've moved from an hour-long model to a 45-minute model with a 15-minute meditation each week. So if that's not suiting you, please pop me through a message to let me know, because I know some of you gather to do this and you might kind of be missing that hour-long. So let me know. I have two dogs with me today, Miss Nellie and Mr. Monty is asleep under the table. And so if you've got your animals around for the session, just kind of bring them onto the mat with you. Sometimes they love the energy, the vibe of our yoga practice. Sometimes they just want to snuggle. and that's all part of it. So wherever you're practicing, however you're practicing, just kind of allow the space that you're in to be part of your practice. And I always like to remind everyone that we're not practicing in an ashram in India. And those of you that have stayed in some of the ashrams in India, you would have car horns and bikes and cows and animals and all sorts of things as part of your practice because of how busy India can be. And then I like to also say that one of my favourite meditation teachers, and looking at the way Westerners kind of came to mindfulness and meditation, would kind of giggle and say, if you can't meditate at an Indian bus stop, you can't meditate. Those of you that have ever sat at an Indian train station or bus station will know that, that takes a certain amount of focus and gentleness with self. So remembering where yoga's come from today and kind of what we've done to it in the West. We're just going to start by bringing ourselves into where we are, how we came to yoga, and just taking a few breaths, just allowing yourself to soften into the space, the place that you are. And as we breathe out, we kind of bring our presence to our body. As we breathe in some vital life force for our practice. And as we breathe out, we're going to come into the sense of honouring our body and our practice. And so we're taking the approach with our practice today of listening, of modifying the poses when we need to, of taking the gentler or the firmer or the stronger version, depending on how we're feeling. And we're just going to take a breath that then brings our hands down to the floor. Am I not allowed to do that? No. Did I stop cuddling? Mm-hmm. And our hands are connecting us down into Mother Earth. Those of you that remember that Monty used to drink out of the water bowl at the start of some of the classes, Nellie's doing his job today. I'm thinking about the gratitude that we might need to bring to the earth for all that she gives us, which is pretty much everything that we need to be alive. And we're going to gather some energy by bringing our arms up and connecting ourselves however you see the bigger picture to be. And then just opening up through the shoulders, breathe it out. Touch your fingers down lightly, feel the sensation in your fingertips. Inhale, come up. Touch your fingertips lightly at the top, feel that connection. And then exhale, come down slow. And inhale, come up. And exhale, come down. And then inhale, come up. This time when we come up, we're just taking that left hand down on the exhale, tipping ourselves over to the left. Then inhaling up, exhaling to the right. Inhaling up, and just keep that flow going, just slowly opening up that space between the ribs. one more to each side. Then left hand is going to guide us around into the first twist behind us, right hand over onto that left knee. Change sides just slowly. Bring it back to center, and if you can, bring the soles of your feet together and just bring them in nice and close, and then lifting up along the spine, just coming forward and around those hips just slowly. You want to keep a lovely straight spine so we're not curling back over. We've just started to open up all that beautiful space in between the ribs. We don't want to then crunch it all back up. And breathe. Then from there, we're going to roll ourselves down to the floor. Just come down slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take those feet up towards the roof. Take your arms out nice and wide from your shoulders. Just push up with the heels. Gently draw the ball of the foot back towards you. Feel that breath moving. We can soften our knees if it's a bit too strong. Just noticing. Our feet come down, and we're going to take one either side of the mat. We're going to exhale, take our knees left, both knees. Inhale out, exhale to the other side. Keep that movement just going with your breath. Loosening up in the hips and the lower back, right round the pelvis. Feeling it in the top of the hips, so up into the belly, psoas muscle getting a little twist. Last one to the side. Then bring those knees back together, those feet back up towards the roof. Breathe into that space. Then soles of the feet together. On the floor, knees drop out to the side. Reach the arms up towards the roof and then take them slowly over your head if there's room. Nice long, slow breath there. And we're bringing our elbows out so our arms are our goddess shape. We're going to take our right knee over to our left into a twist. And look to that right elbow. Nice deep breath. Knees come back to center together and just over to that right side. Head rolls to the left. Knees back together. We're just going to put our left ankle on our right thigh. Bring our right knee in towards your belly and towards your chest. Hang out there for a moment. Bring that right foot down, change sides, so right ankle on that left thigh, left knee comes in towards the chest. Bring that down, soles of the feet together on the floor, knees out wide, take the arms up, over the head again. Stretch them out, big deep breath. Let some of that conscious tension out of the body, breathing it out through that exhale, filling up on the inhale. And knees come back together, our feet push up towards the roof. This time we've got the option, reaching the arms up towards the toes. Another layer if we want to, tucking the chin in, lifting the head and the shoulders, reaching up towards our feet. Bringing that down, bring the feet down, bring the arms out wide. We're going to turn over onto the left side, come back up to seated. Take the feet out wider into our diamond shape and bring your body around those hips and down, upper body around the hips and down. Sitting back up from there. It's kind of fun, comfortable with our legs, so it might be open cross-legged or it could be staying like this. Kind of decide what's going to feel good. And take our arms straight out from the shoulders, roll the shoulders down, and then turn these palms upwards, fingertips to shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder rolls, so just moving around slowly into that shape. Really stretching those elbows back, squeezing our shoulder blades together at the back. And then change direction, go around the other way. And then back to center. Forward again, just around those hips, whichever shape you're making. So if you've got your legs out in front, it's a forward fold. If you're cross-legged, we just want to let that lower back release a little bit more. And then coming up, we're going to find our way round onto all fours. And wrists under shoulders or just a little bit wide, a little bit of a spread to our fingers. We're going to cat-cow pose, so inhale, bring that chest forward. Exhale, mid-spine towards the roof, chin tucks in. And repeat. Find the rhythm of your breath with it. One more. Take the knees out to the edge of the mat. Bring the big toes together. Let's pull back, hips towards heels. Take that left arm, thread it under the right. Looking along the arm to those fingers. Stretch the right arm away. Changing sides. And lifting it back. And walk both hands out in front. Pull those hips back. Forearms just off the floor crease, so we're keeping that little bit of traction under our shoulders. A couple of big breaths right under those shoulder blades. And then we're coming up. Option here, staying in frog pose of course, or bringing our knees in under us and stepping into plank. And when we step back, we want that lovely long spine. So we don't want to lose our hips towards the floor. We want to be just pushing back through the heels, long line from your crown of your head through your tailbone out to that space between your feet. Notice your breath, keep that breath nice and long. And then through the hips up into down dog. And let the heels ease their way down. bringing it forward, your version of Chaturanga team. So it might be bringing the knees down, it might be staying on the ball of the foot, sliding down the inside of the arms. We might be able to put the brakes on, or we might just kind of melt to the floor. Then we're all melting. Bring the big toes together, top of the feet on the floor. Roll the shoulders down. And start to lift the head and the shoulders. Start of cobra. Breathe. Feel those muscles engaging down the spine. Our glutes are there, but they're not really tight. Then our head comes down, our elbows come out. We're going to roll back and step out. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to sit back. And our 20-minute crow. Take a moment just to have a few breaths. Those that are continuing on, just kind of notice your breathing. Bring that kind of awareness to the rest of your session. Maybe come back to the colours around you or the space that you're in. Those that are heading off after that 20 minutes, just take that moment. If you can, lie down in Shavasana, do. Or if you can turn the meditation on now and do that, do that. Feel the breath moving. Those staying on, we're going to wander forward. Many blessings for those who are leaving at this point. And now we're going to take that left foot and step it up to that left hand. Low lunge at first, team, and just come onto our fingertips. Our hand can be wherever it's comfy. Hips are coming forward and we're just extending through the chest. Nice deep breath there. Half split, foot flat, so just pull those hips back, stretch into that front leg. Come forward again. Tuck those back toes under, come into the high lunge. So back knee lifts, back heel pushes back. We're going to get our balance and bring our upper body up and sink down through the hips. So this front hip, left hip tucked under, so that we're nice and straight, nice and deep through the hips. Push back gently or firmly through that right knee, just that right heel. Just kind of notice that knee, look after that knee. Then we're going to inhale, bring the arms out, then we're going to exhale, let them come down. Let's go nice and slow. So I'm bringing the arms up. Come down slow, through that low lunge. Back knee comes down, back foot flattens. Second half split this time, ball of the foot. Toes lift, stretch into it. And come forward. Tuck the back toes under. We're lifting into that high lunge. We're lifting round into wide leg forward fold. Let your head come down. Just feel those two sides of the body feeling quite different. So ease the knees a couple of times.
Let the head drop, let the shoulders go. Walk back around to that front foot. Turn. Right knee comes down. Left foot wriggles out. Right foot steps forward. Low lunge, just on the fingertips. Let the hips come forward. Find your breath. Noticing how your body's feeling. The two sides might be slightly different. Half split, foot flat for this first one. Pull back slowly through those hips. Coming forward, toes tuck under, up into that high lunge. Just noticing, just pushing back slowly through that back heel. Bring the upper body up, find that steadiness. Set ourselves up, team, so don't go leaping straight into the arm lifts. Right hip tucks under, sink down, feel that stableness. It's kind of the whole point of a lot of these kind of moments, to recognise how often we're in the next thing. And that's like, no, be in this thing. When you find the next inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale them down. Last one, come up slow. Bring it down, and as you do come down, back knee comes down, back foot flattens, half split toes and ball of the foot lift. Bring it forward. Lift the hips, tuck those toes under, come round into that forward fold. Number 2. Option here, crow. You've got your steadiness. Reach those arms around, let those fingers lift them up towards the roof. Let the head really go. Bring the arms down slowly. Bring the hands down. We're coming up to standing, team, so what we want to do is just kind of crawl up the legs to the halfway mark. Spine parallel with the floor. Let the head and heart catch up with each other as we walk slowly up. We're still in that wide stance. Take a moment, especially if you're like me and you like to see stars. Oh. Stars and sparrows on the gutters next door. Left foot's going to stay where it is. This right foot, toes are just going to turn to the front of the mat. I'm going to take our arms out nice and wide from the shoulders. Roll those shoulders down. Tuck the hips towards that left foot, back of the mat. Start to reach. We've got straight front leg. Start to reach
out over this right arm and pause. Really feeling the extension of those right side of the ribs. Then that right hand just comes down wherever it reaches. Left arm up towards the roof, so reach it up. Look up to that thumb if we can. Inhale, come up slow. Left hand goes back to that left thigh, right arm lifts up. I'm going to sink into this front knee. Careful, keep it lined up nicely with your ankle. Reach into those ribs. Inhale, lift it up. Straighten out that front leg, reaching again out over that right foot. Right hand comes down this time. Left arm circles out over the front of the mat, in line with your ear. Turn and look under it. Straight front leg. Really feeling the lift and reach in those left ribs. Left hand circles slowly down as we turn onto the ball of that back foot. Stepping back into down dog or into frog if you need more of a rest. Up through the hips, down through the heels. If you're in down dog, that is. Long, slow, deep breath. Bring it forward, bring the knees down. Meet on all fours. Left foot steps forward. Right foot steps back into the deep lunge. And then right heel comes across towards the middle of the mat. We're coming up slow. Left toes pointing out over the front of the mat. Again, that slow set up. Let's reach these arms out. Roll the shoulder blades down. Hips tip back towards the back of the mat as we reach over this left leg, straight left leg. Pause. Feel the reach in those left ribs. Then let that left hand come down. Right arm reaches straight up towards the roof. And we're looking up to that thumb, finding our breath. Inhale, lifting up. Right hand goes back, left arm lifts. Sink into that left knee. Nice long, slow, deep breath, reaching with these left ribs. Sinking into that left knee. Lifting it up, straighten out that front leg. Start to reach again out over that leg. Left hand comes down, right arm circles out over the front of the mat, in line with your ear. Turn and look under it if we've got room.
Right hand comes down. Turn onto the ball of that back foot. Last down dog of this offering. Or it might be time for a frog pose. Listening into your body. Long, slow breath here. Meeting on all fours. We're going to slide our left knee to the outside of our left hand. Then we're going to come down slowly to our belly and turn our head to the right. Hands come under the shoulders. Reach it back slow. Slide that leg back. Slide the right knee to the outside of the right hand. Bring the belly down. Turn the head to the left as you come down. Breathe. Bring the hands back and under the shoulders. Slide that back leg back. Hello, miss. Hi. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. Onto our forearms. Elbows under shoulders. Hands flat. Puppy's making a move. Rolling the shoulders down and just this one, really relaxing the glutes, really relaxing the spine, just bringing that chest up and slightly forward. Breathe. Then we bring our hands down under us. We'll lift ourselves back and around to seated cruise. So find your way around to seated. And we want to just notice, so when we're seated, we want to feel really supported. So if you need to just prop something under your butt, do that. We want to feel long spine so that when we're breathing, we've got that real length to the body, space for our diaphragm not collapsed. Okay, so up we go. But at the same time, we want to feel soft. So here is that balance of strength and softness. That is what asana practice is all about. And so it feels, on the one hand, like you've got a wee string pulling your crown up towards the roof. And at the same time, like you can relax around that string. So all the muscles that are working, but to do that work and everything else relaxes. Quite kind of, sometimes can feel quite strange when you start to actually experience it. It's like, oh, there's an ease to it. It's what we're trying to bring to the body, is an ease, as much ease as we can in our body. Because remember, dis-ease, we want to feel at ease with however our body is presenting. So whatever's going on, we want to come to as much ease as we can with that. Because then we want to feel into the breath. And we're going to take our left hand to where your heart chakra would be. Okay, so straight in the middle of your chest. Now right hand to our belly. We're going to feel the breath. First off, concentrating on this left hand. But then
feeling, oh, hang on, my right hand just moved. So maybe close your eyes or soften the gaze. We're going to let the air out, so breathe it out. Feel that at the bottom, hopefully that pause. Then let the inhale arrive, fill us up. Little pause at the top, little lot goes on in the throat. And then it releases and that exhale arrives. Our body knows what it's doing. If you feel it all anxious or a bit weird, bring the hands away from the body, just down into the lap. Otherwise, we're just working on slowly lengthening the breath, feeling like we can create more room, more space, more length. As we do that, this next one, we're going to feel the air circulating through our sinuses, and imagine as it does that, it's kind of clearing the mind. So that as we breathe out what we don't need to be thinking about, don't need to be worrying about, don't need to be carrying around. Breathing it out. Let the universe hold it. Breathing in that fresh life force. Filling up those spaces with life force where maybe we had those other things slightly less full of life. Or perhaps draining of our life force if we worry too much or think too much about certain things. Doesn't mean we're blind, doesn't mean we don't acknowledge that things are doing the things, doesn't mean we try and numb it, so we don't have to carry it. Perhaps it's not ours to carry. So we can give some things back so that we're carrying love, peace, the medicines that the world needs. It knows enough about pain. We know enough about pain. We're going to carry the good stuff. Doesn't mean we don't acknowledge the dark, it just means we decide to shine a bloody great big spotlight on it. Feel that? That spotlight is love, it's peace, with a little bit of WTF along the way. And it's from there, team, that you might want to lie down into Shavasana. Or if you're going into the meditation, I do suggest the couple of minutes of Shavasana that we're going to do and then into the meditation. That would be bringing the traditions together. So just take your moment, keep with the breath, lie yourself down. If you're going to do a bit of a longer Shavasana, settle yourself in. And then turn off the sounds so that you can be there for as long as you want to be there. We can have our feet tucked in, we can stretch our legs down, depends on our back. And have our arms just out from the body, palm facing up. If you feel like a little bit more nurturing, nourishing, hands on the belly. Let the shoulders release, sink into the breath, find that breath again. And find that intention of rest. We are coming to rest. We are letting our body come to rest for a moment. Strengthen that intention.
Now, if you're able to stay on for a bit longer, just turn the sound off. If you need to come into your day or you want to move to the meditation, just notice your body resting. Notice the softness, the glow of yoga in your body. Take a couple of really grounding, really centering breaths. Feel like you're sending an earth wire or energizing an earth wire down, while energizing that universal line up, bringing the two together. They flow together, like we're conducting that energy. We're going to reach our arms up towards the roof and then slowly over our head. Wander your feet up the mat. If they're not already there, wriggle your toes. We're going to turn onto the left side, come up slowly to seated.
Take that moment just to notice the beautiful surroundings. Maybe it's a plant or a picture on the wall that captures you. Maybe it's an image that you collected on your walk today, or just anything. Just bring it to focus. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to bring our arms up into that beautiful energy that we've all created all around the world. We're going to share some of it to the earth through our fingertips and our plant if it's a little bit close. Then inhale, come up, collect some of that energy, bring it to the heart. Take a breath there. And many blessings, everyone. Thank you for your continued presence here. Please like, please share, please do the things. Bring more people to the joy of yoga in my dining room.